Hi students, this is Raji again for biology. Today we are going to discuss about non-cyclic photophosphorylation. As many students have a doubt on this portion, non-cyclic photophosphorylation, as it is a wish of many students, I have taken this topic today. Shall we move on to the topic? As we are aware of it, non-cyclic photophosphorylation consists of photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. Photosystem 1 and 2 together in case of non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Non-cyclic photophosphorylation starts with photosystem 2 at the nanometer 680. The sunlight hits on the light harvesting complex at 480 nanometer. As soon as the light hits on the light harvesting complex by 680 nanometer, the absorption of sunlight by various pigments which are present in the light harvesting system takes place. The first step, light hits on the light harvesting complex for the absorption of light by various pigments located in the chloroplast. Now, one reaction center is nothing but your chlorophyll A, which absorbs the light by 680 nanometer. As soon as the light absorbed by the chlorophyll A at 680 nanometer, the electrons were started excited. When the electrons are started excited, there is a primary electron acceptor. In case of your photosystem 2, the name of the primary electron acceptor is pyophytin. Once this primary electron acceptor called pyophytin accept the electron, this movement of electron here is known as uphill movement. Uphill movement of electron. Why is it called it as uphill movement of electron? From the low concentration of electron to high concentration of electron, the electrons are moving. After this step, electrons are started exciting to various electron carrying molecule. So the electron carrying molecule like PQ. Electron carriers are electron carrying molecules. PQ stands for plastoquinone. From plastoquinone, the electrons are moving to electron transport system. During this movement, there is an ATP production. ADP combined with inorganic phosphate, it produces ATP. In electron transport system, there are two electron carriers which are nothing but cytochrome B6 and cytochrome F. Due to the electron movement in the electron transport system where ADP is converted into ATP. Now, again is always electron is exciting. From electron transport system, it goes to the next electron carrying molecule PC, which stands for plastocyanin. From here, the electron started moving to photosystem 1. When the electron reaches to the photosystem 1, the light hits on this reaction center and associated pigments by 700 nanometer. Now the electron again started exciting from the photosystem 1 and it is accepted by the primary electron acceptor. So here the primary electron acceptor is different from this photosystem 2. Ferredoxin complex. So what is the name of the electron acceptor when it comes to PS1 is ferredoxin complex. Or in some books which is given ferredoxin. From ferredoxin, the electron moves to, there is an reducing agent. Don't forget everywhere NADP is reducing agent. So the electron is accepted by the reducing agent called NADP. When it is accepting the electron, and then not only electron, even the proton from the photolysis of water. The source of proton for the reduction of NADP is from photolysis of water. So electron, by this uphill downhill movement, the Zatsky movement, the proton is from the electrolysis of water. Finally, the net yield is NADPH2 and one molecule of ATP. Now, the electron which is lost by this photosystem 2, where does it goes? It goes to the NADP. Who will replace the electron lost by this chlorophyll A present in the photosystem 2? See, this electron. So, the result of photolysis, there is a pair of electron. This pair of electron replaces the electron which is lost by this photosystem 2. In such a way, the net gain of light reaction, like your ATP and NADPH2 molecules, were synthesized. Here in this diagram, you should note it down where are the place high energy intermediates are produced and how is the movement of the electron in the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Now you all listen very carefully why this is known as to be non-cyclic photophosphorylation. The electron started from the photosystem 1 which is not written back to the photosystem 2. Again it is accepted by the NADPH2. Electron moves from the photosystem 2, goes to the photosystem 1 and it is accepted by the reducing power called NADP. So this is what the non-cyclic photophosphorylation happens during the light reaction of photosynthesis. Let's discuss the few important points regarding to NEET examination. Previous year NEET questions and important points, golden points of your NEET examination from this concept. Number of downhill and uphill movement of electrons during your non-cyclic photophosphorylation, which was an important question which is asked in the previous year NEET questions. So there are 2 downhill movement, there are 2 uphill movements which was happened during non-cyclic photophosphorylation. The second important point which you should remember, the part in which the non-cyclic photophosphorylation occurs. In which part of the plant body this non-cyclic photophosphorylation occurs? It occurs in the thylakoid membrane and intergranule membrane. What do you mean by this intergranule membrane? So let me show you. You guys were aware of what is this chloroplast and which cell the chloroplast is rich. So the chloroplast were rich in mesophyll cells of the plant leaf. In this, there are coin-like arrangements. Each coin-like arrangement is known as thylakoid. The stalk of this thylakoid is known as grana. Look at here. From this one, from here to here, one grana, the other grana. So, from here to here, the gap between these two is known as to be intergranule membrane. So, the place like thylakoid membrane is rich in all the pigments for the photosynthesis. Next, intergranule membrane. So, the membrane between the two thylakoid is known as intergranule membrane. And then the products of non-cyclic photophosphorylation, net gain, or otherwise they will ask you directly, they will ask you products of non-cyclic photophosphorylation, or indirectly by twisting the question, they will ask you the question, what are the net gain of non-cyclic photophosphorylation? Your ultimate answer for the question is ATP and NADPH2. These two were high energy intermediate molecules. These are the products of your light reaction during the photosynthesis. What is the special name which is given for this non-cyclic photophosphorylation? And NTA is using this special name for asking the question, which is nothing but Zatsky movement. So which is otherwise known as to be Zatsky movement. Don't forget about it. This is otherwise known as Zatsky. Why this is known as to be Zatsky? So the answer you all very well aware of it. The movement of electron, the pathway of electron is Z shape. Look at here. Once again in the diagram I will show you. Look at the movement of the electron. There is an uphill, there is a downhill, there is an uphill and there is a downhill. So this will be looking like an alphabet Z. So this is otherwise known as to be Z-hill movement. I hope this will be useful for you, and there is a clear picture on non-cyclic photophosphorylation is discussed here, students. Make use of it and prepare well for your exam. Thank you all.